Dane, how are you? Good to see you. Well, hello. What does that say? What is it? Primal? Is it primal? I can't read that writing. I'm sorry. I'm terrible. Second one. Woo! Fools is live. Yeah, I don't get notifications. So, I don't know what to say. Second one. Hello. Hi. How are you? We're going to do some crime because Miss Queen talked me into it, which I didn't want to do because I need to give the dog a bath. But, yeah, so. Yeah, hold on. Oh, and the pointer. What's going on, Mr. Alejandro? Oh, and the pointer. So I'll give it a few moments. Where's Alyssa? Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I know. Hello. Hi, Gage. How are you? Oh, yeah, you better be here, ma'am. And then Fools went live. I'm here. Hi, Belle. Juju, hi. How are you? Crime time. Yes. Matthew, it's so good to see you this late. I am patiently waiting for the people to come into the chat period. That's what happens when we do crime. Fools is like, wait, are you doing live, talking to me on live while you're on live? Krill, so good to see you. How are you? Oh, Fools is coming over. Bless his heart. Dang it. Alejandro, I am so sorry. Hi, I saw you in the Fools' chat. I know, I did not know that he was live. I'm so irritated. If I could show you my notifications, it did not show me. I'm sorry, babe. I am so sorry. Saturday night, your time, probably 7, Fabian's. Oh, Paul, how are you? I apologize. I really, really am sorry. I have no idea why I'm not getting notifications. It's really aggravating me. I am sorry. So sorry. Apologize. Anyway, Miss Queen talked me into doing a crime live, so that's what we're gonna do. No, I know, but you were waiting for me to be done, but if you were still there, Queen talked me into doing a crime live, so I was like, shit, okay, I'll do a crime. So that's the only reason, but I'm gonna try to make this. I have 10 articles that I picked up while we were on our live. I don't necessarily mean I'm gonna do them all, but I have to give chaos a bath. So if I could be a detective, I will. Woo! Me too. Yeah, chaos rolled around in some fun stuff in the yard, and I cannot have her jumping all over the furniture the way she is. So, all right, we have enough people in here, so we will get started. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that have been here before, I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone coming in here. Show the dog. No, the dog is in another room right now. So, ideally, what my channel in a perfect world is supposed to be around crime. So I talk about crime, discuss crime, conspiracy theories, but ideally in a perfect world, it would be just crime. So I have pulled 10 different dodging. What are you talking about, Gabby? Hello? What are we talking about? You're a lucky man. He has to deal with me. So, I mean, honestly. But a lot of these particular crimes, I think there might be only one about a child, and I will let you know that glitching. I know, did you see that? It like refocused. Who had a mugshot? Nobody had a mugshot. I will warn you ahead of time if it is about a child. And if otherwise, please know almost all of these, if not all of them. Gabby was on our live when you mentioned you're from Idaho. Oh, I know. I know that from a previous live. Gabby, I know. I remember you. Anyhow, there's going to be a lot of unaliving. Please know that if abuse, things of that sort, bother you, this might not be the live stream for you to listen to. I watched through the old live. Okay. All right. Anyway, there was a guy doxing. That was, what, a week ago? I haven't done a live on my own since then. So we are here, and we are not scared, and we are not worried. So, all right, my friends, I welcome you. So the first one, I will read you the title of the article, and then we're going to go into it. So, he figured he would punish me. Man used hot iron to cause 60% of burns to his girlfriend's body because he thought she was cheating. All right. A Pennsylvania man is behind bars for allegedly taking a clothes iron and burning 60% of his girlfriend's body because he thought she was cheating on him. Burton Bird proceeded to hold the woman captive in their Pittsburgh apartment from Saturday to Tuesday, not allowing her to leave to seek medical attention. When he did release the alleged victim, he told her to make up a story about being assaulted near a Wendy's and threatened to hurt her family if she spoke the truth. By the way, all of these are current events. Hi, Simple Girl. Pittsburgh cops responded to the hospital around 4:30 p.m. on Wednesday about a report of a possible domestic violence situation. The woman told police she and Bird were at their apartment on Saturday when he accused her of infidelity. He figured he would punish me, she told cops. Bird allegedly forced the woman to strip naked and tied her hands together with shoelaces. He began beating her with a belt and punching her in the face. Officers noted the woman had bruising around her eye and broken blood vessels in her right eye, suggesting she had been struck several times in the face. The victim alleged that Bird then plugged in the iron and started tapping it on her body. After saying the iron wasn't hot enough, he proceeded to wait until it heated up and then held it on various parts of her while demanding to know if she had relations with another man, because it's easily accessible, all the skin. And I kept saying, no, I didn't cheat on him, the woman recounted. So after maybe about 6 times of him hitting me with the iron, I just made up a story telling them that I did to get him to stop. The torturous attack occurred over a period of 4 hours, according to the affidavit. After he stopped burning her, he tried threatening her. He tried treating her, because I can read, treating her injuries with gauze. She insisted on going to the hospital, but he allegedly wouldn't let her. After going to one hospital, she was transferred to a hospital with a burn unit. The victim is expected to be in the hospital for at least 2 weeks. Bird, is facing a slew of charges, including aggravated assault, kidnapping, witness intimidation, and false imprisonment. It's unclear if he has an attorney. Gauze. Yeah, like at the, gauze, the white stuff that they wrap around your wounds. All right, so that's your first article. Sounds like something not, oh, Gabby. Gauze, gauze, gauze. Not gauge, gauze. My contact is doing funky things. Sorry. All right, next one. Man used rip bullets to unalive neighbor who confronted him for making up rumors about a victim and other residents. Hello, nonsense. How are you? Armed with a pistol that had RIP bullets loaded into it, which fragment on contact to cause more damage, Georgia resident Markel Williams gunned down one of his neighbors in cold blood while they were having a meeting about him making up rumors about the victim. According to prosecutors who announced Williams' conviction for murder on Wednesday. Oh, Jeremiah, it's so late. Hi, how are you? Hold on, I gotta pronounce this name. Stanislas Alverna, that's an interesting name, was merely trying to communicate with the defendant in an attempt to resolve a verbal dispute. The defendant, however, responded with violence. Williams, 33, was found guilty of malice murder, felony murder, and aggravated assault for the September 2020 shooting death of Alverna, 26, outside the extended stay hotel where they lived at 4350 Stone Mountain Highway in Lilburn, which is about 25 miles northeast of Atlanta. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The defendant was known to carry a gun, and Alverna was known for being unarmed. When Alverna approached and asked why the rumors were started, Williams drew his handgun and shot Alverna 5 times. The DA's office said Williams' gun was specifically loaded with RIP bullets, which fragment on contact to cause more damage. If you're still in here, and I'm sure there are other, oh, she cooks and she roasts. Hi, how are you? Is that like a 12 gauge, like when it disperses out? I'm not familiar with the RIP bullet. Maybe someone else is. Alverna was shot 5 times. The shot hits his finger, his chest, his abdomen. Girl, what is wrong with me? His side, and his last shot was in his back. Williams fled the scene afterward and threw his gun in a wooded area. 17. Thank you, Flames. I appreciate you. Who's sending me hearts? Oh, I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Threw his gun into a wooded area. He also shaved his head and disappeared for 4 days while cops probed the incident. The murder weapon was found. The murder weapon wound up being found by someone at the extended stay hotel and turned over to Alverna's family, who then gave it to police. Oh, fools, stop it. I appreciate you. Oh, look at all those people. I know all of them. Thanks, I appreciate you very much. Williams, having vastly changed his appearance, turned himself into police days later. Mr. Alverna's family and loved ones should find some comfort in knowing this defendant will be held accountable. Okay, well, that wasn't a very good article. I picked a crap one. My apologies. Okay. Okay, this one is going to be kind of graphic. I'm going to warn you now. I think the rounds that expand and fragment on... Oh. Yeah, I'm not familiar with a RIP bullet, RIP bullet. I know like the 12 gauges, you know, have like little BBs, so it like disperses out. I kind of thought, I thought that was the same, but again, maybe someone with more knowledge. Impact sending shards. Oof, oof. Yeah, no, thank you. Okay, so I do have to warn you. No, not yet, Jeremiah. We're not quite in that weather yet. Do I see little hearts? I do. Is that you, Gabby? I appreciate you. And if it's not, that's okay too. Whoever's throwing me hearts, thank you. Oh, and something else. This one, it looks like it, this article here, I'm trying to skim it really quickly. I apologize. It looks like this particular thing was done in front of a child. Again, it has to do with children being around in the setting. So if that bothers you, please. I don't want to get roasted, Miss Roast. She is amazing. She is amazing. Oh my gosh. She cooks and she roasts. If you guys are not subscribed to that woman, how the heck she does not have more subscribers than she does. That her channel is what YouTube should be about. I'm going to be honest with you. The props, everything, that woman puts so much time into her lives. I commend you on that because, oh my, what a good channel you have. And I've been in there a few times. Sometimes I'll just sit back and watch because your little machine will read off whatever. But yeah, fantastic channel. And I am upset that you are not further on than what you are. And I know that's not a big deal to you, but I just want to tell you, man, that's what YouTube should be. That's what YouTube should be about all the time, is that channel. That is the epitome of what I think YouTube should be. But anyway, enough of that. JFK, with you. Okay, we're special. Thank you, Blake. How are you? Oh, absolutely. No, your channel is by far one of the best ones I have ever seen. And I'm new to YouTube, so for the most part, and it's so entertaining. So thank you. Okay, here we go. Again, children are around in this. So I will read you the title of this crime. And if it's too much for you, please scroll on. Hi, Ross. How are you? The fans want your @Chef. Yeah, Chef, drop it, please. I'll happily pin that your channel. Happily do that. Fantastic woman. Beautiful. Just beautiful soul. And the roasting is my favorite part. I'm not gonna lie. I will not lie. There is some greatness, and just the presentation is chef's kiss, so to speak. Anyway, all right. Dad threatened to finish the kids after slitting. Oh, nope. After slitting their mom's throat in front of a 10-year-old. So again, if that's too much, please scroll along. An Oregon man who attacked the mother of his children and threatened to finish her and their children pleaded guilty and is now awaiting sentencing. Oh, perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that. Please check out the chef. She's amazing. Amazing. Manuel, whose age was not provided, entered a guilty plea on April 18th to assault in the second degree, consisting of domestic violence, according to a press release from the County District Attorney's Office. The attack in question took place in 2021 in front of the couple's 10-year-old daughter, who tried to defend herself and her mother before barricading herself in another room with her siblings. Manuel fled the state and he was arrested in San Francisco in March of 2024. Despite Manuel's threats that he would finish her and then finish the kids, the woman survived an 8-inch knife wound to her neck. According to the DA, the attack occurred on June 7th, 2021, at the family's home in Gresham, a city in the east part of the greater Portland area. Several people in the neighborhood called 911, including the couple's daughter, who reported that her parents were arguing and dad stabbed mom. The girl told police that she tried to stab her father in defense, but the knife was too dull. She then gathered up her younger siblings in a separate room and locked the door. The girl stayed on the phone with 911 dispatchers until Manuel was gone. She then came out of the room to try to help her mother, who was found by police lifeless in a pool of her own blood. Despite the life-threatening wound, stated to be an 8-inch knife wound to her neck, the woman survived. When the woman was questioned by police after the attack, she told them that Manuel accused her of cheating as he cut her throat. During the attack, he told her he was going to finish her and then finish the kids. County Senior Deputy District Attorney highlighted that the daughter's heroic acts in the release, saying, "This cause underscores the devastating impact domestic violence has on our children in the home. The victim's young daughter showed bravery and resilience that truly inspires us to work hard every day to interrupt the cycle of abuse and keep families safe." Manuel is expected to be sentenced to 70 months in prison. 70 months. That's it. And 3 years post-prison supervision. And that is it. When I read these articles, this particular website that I read from, their journalism is not my favorite. I don't like how it abruptly ends. Not enough. Oh, if you only knew some of these articles. It is beyond. Some of these are not great. Let's see. Okay. Okay, we have another one. Another unaliving. Repeat offender. He slit her throat. No, Gabby, I do not know who Thomas Matthew Crooks is. We live cars off babies. That's right. Intent to kill. 19-year-old stabbed both her parents after dad wished her a happy resurrection day. Firing squad. You know, Idaho passed the firing squad, that if lethal injection is not available in our state, that we can do a firing squad. Thank you, good old Idaho. A Washington teen told her parents that she didn't believe in God, which spurred an argument that allegedly ended in both parents being stabbed. Mackenzie Haffer, 19, was charged with 2 counts of attempted second-degree murder after the alleged attack that took place on Easter Sunday, April 20th. According to police reports, her father, Benjamin Haffer, wished his daughter a happy resurrection day, to which she responded by saying she didn't believe in God. The two reportedly had a verbal argument and then went into separate rooms of the house. When Mackenzie's mother, Erin, confronted her daughter about the comment, they reportedly had a verbal argument of their own that escalated. Even though Mackenzie wished her father a happy resurrection day in return, Erin pressed her daughter about the exchange. This, according to the documents, was where the argument took a violent turn. Mackenzie Haffer was reportedly cooking in the kitchen when her mother came into the room to ask about the argument with her father. While details of their ensuing argument were unclear, the document stated that the verbal argument turned physical when Mackenzie reportedly got so heated up that she threw her phone on the floor. My gosh, my contact keeps doing funky things. Benjamin then entered the room and asked what had happened to the phone. According to the police report, Mackenzie then grabbed a kitchen knife and allegedly stabbed her father in the stomach with the intent to kill him. Then Mackenzie turned the same knife on her mother, allegedly stabbing her in the throat with the intent to kill her. Dakota, Mackenzie's brother, was also in the house at the time but was not part of the attack. When Mackenzie was questioned by police, her account of the alleged attack was consistent with the injuries her parents sustained. Both parents are expected to survive. Mackenzie was charged with 2 counts of attempted murder in the second degree and taken into custody on a $500,000 bail. Her next court appearance is scheduled for Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. What is with these people? If you only knew how many I came across that were about children, that I had to skip over, it's still happening. It's still happening about the kids, and it's unfortunate. Now, this one does have to do about a child. I will tell you that. Excuse me. This one is, it looks like the sentencing of the mother. So, yeah, Leah. All right, so again, this has to do with a child. If that's going to bother you, please scroll along. But the title reads, Mom of 7-year-old girl who looked like a real mummy after being strapped to her stroller and left in a closet for months learns her fate. Blake, understandable. Don't read it. No, it's about a child. No. A Georgia woman will spend the rest of her life behind bars for admittedly killing her 7-year-old disabled daughter and then allowing the child's tiny body to mummify in a closet for months. On Wednesday morning, Alondra Hobbs, 29, pled guilty to 1 count of malice murder, 2 counts of felony murder, and 2 counts of cruelty to children in the first degree. Immediately following Hobbs's guilty plea, Court Judge Jackson sentenced her to life in prison without the possibility of parole. She does not want me to make excuses for what she has done, her defense attorney said during the sentence portion of the hearing. She does not want a trial. She wants to take responsibility, something that she has not done. It is something she wishes to do now. In late June of 2023, a call from a disconnected cell phone led County Police Department offices to the long dead and mummified body of Olivia Jordan. The girl was hidden in the closet of Unit 29 at the Hidden Valley Apartments on Misty Water Drive in the greater Atlanta metro area. She looked like a real mummy, a neighbor told Atlanta-based NBC. You could tell it was a young girl by what she had on and by her hair. 5 days later, Hobbs was charged with her daughter's murder. According to jail records, a woman named Alondra Denise Hobbs had been in and out of the county lockup on numerous occasions in recent years. In August of 2019, she was arrested on 1 count of simple assault. In May of 2020, she was arrested on 1 count of battery with family violence. In early July 2023, arrest warrants alleged Hobbs left her daughter alone, strapped to a stroller, with no intent of returning. Oof, these ones are hard. Dang it. Authorities believe the child had been left alone, helpless to die, sometime between February 28th, 2023, and June 25th, 2023. In the days that followed the grim discovery, neighbors suggested the defendant long had something sad on her mind to the point of wanting to take her own life. Meanwhile, family members were struck by the bad news, long believing the girl had been in the care of other relatives on her father's side. During a police interview, Hobbs would eventually admit her daughter was alive when she left her confined in the closet, saying she abandoned her because her life, dang it. Sorry, that's very difficult. Okay. Whoo! I didn't realize I was going to be touched by this one like this, and sometimes I can read ahead, and that bothers me. She would admit her daughter was alive when she left her confined in the closet, saying she abandoned her because her life was too much. The defendant described Olivia as autistic. Medical records show the girl suffered from seizures related to cerebral palsy. This is a very tragic case. There are always options, the judge said. There's very rare cases where a murder case does not involve a weapon, a physical weapon, and sometimes hands are a physical weapon, and it's difficult. How do you process that? In a presentation before a court, the district attorney's office said evidence suggested Hobbs was largely remorseless. When the defendant was asked whether she wanted her daughter to have a funeral, she said she did not care because no one had ever helped raise her. Additionally, Hobbs said she did what she did to Olivia, or she was going to do the same to herself. She was going to unalive herself, which she should have just done. In the aftermath of the child's abandonment, the defendant continued to cash in her daughter's $900 monthly disability checks, the prosecutor said. Then, once Olivia was gone, Hobbs began dating immediately, which quickly, began dating immediately, where she began being cheated on. That cheating experience, Hobbs would later tell investigators, was the worst day of her life. Oh, we're talking about kids. Oh, what are you doing here, Auntie Ray Ray? Hey. Thanks, I needed that because this is a sad story. She wants to atone for what she did, and she is seeking some mercy. Even the tragic facts of this case, and they're beyond. A person who confesses, a person with remorse, a person who begs for mercy. Killer. I'm just going to say that. You know that firing squad we talked about? In the end, mercy was not offered. So the defendant's own lawyer sought for his client, but did not receive a sentence of life with the possibility of parole. Didn't happen. Cut him up. Have the life you deserve. Oh, God, yeah. Anyway, sorry, I did not expect to get a little teary-eyed there. Yeah, people are trash. Trash people. Trash people. You have a disabled autistic child, a 7-year-old that you were able to still put in a stroller. All right, let's, I wish I had a palate cleanser after that one. You know, like a funny story, and I don't have a funny story. Unfortunately, the rest of these, they're not about children, thank goodness. But they are unaliving. So here we go. What time are we at? 35 minutes. Okay. This one is, I had orders. Man killed dad after fight over doing dishes. Told 911 he put his father out of his misery. For a firing squad. Thank you. Google Florida man. That's which one? A 27-year-old man in Ohio is accused of fatally stabbing his dad this week, then calling 911 and telling the dispatcher, I just killed my father. Micaiah Swindler was taken into custody on Monday and charged with 1 count of murder in the brutal slaying of Joe Swindler. That's a bad person. What the fuck is wrong with people? I don't know. According to a news release from the Marysville Police Department, officers responded to a call at about 12:34 p.m. on April 21st and about a reported stabbing at a residence located at the 1400th block of Meadowlark Lane, which is about 33 miles northwest of Columbus. Upon arriving at the scene, first responders said they located an adult male victim inside the home suffering from what appeared to be multiple stab wounds. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Another male, later identified as Swindler, was inside the home and was immediately taken into custody without incident. A security sweep showed no other victims or occupants in the home. According to the report, Swindler almost immediately tells the dispatcher about the alleged murder. I'm not going to lie. I just killed my father, he allegedly says. Wait, what? The dispatcher replies. I killed my dad, Swindler reiterates. What do you mean you killed your dad? The dispatcher questions. Like, he's dead. Asked why he would kill his dad, Swindler allegedly replies, God. God told me to. When pressed to confirm the motive, Swindler allegedly said, yes, ma'am, I had orders. The Idaho Statesman reported. Why the fuck would the Idaho Statesman report on Ohio? That's our newspaper here in Idaho. Okay. That the Idaho Statesman, I bet you that's Ohio, I don't know, reported that when interviewed by detectives, Swindler added that he stabbed his father in both the head and the neck to put him out of his misery. The report states the police had responded to the address earlier in the day due to a dispute between Swindler and his father. A police report for that incident indicated that the argument between the two men started over dishes. What is wrong with America? Is this happening in other countries like this? Swindler is currently being held at the Tri-County Regional Jail on $1 million bond. He is currently scheduled to appear in court for a preliminary hearing on May 1st, 2025. That's his first problem. That's a bad person. Yeah. I'm not getting it. I am not understanding. This is America. This is America. And these are only a handful of the stories like I just went through. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Evelyn. Just randomly picking. And that's what's being reported on this website. And this is daily, multiple times a day. All right, this one might be graphic. It is not about a child, but this one is going to be, I'm trying to see how much time I have here. I do have to get to the dog, don't forget. So, okay, are you ready? Identification took some time. 70-year-old woman found chopped up in a closet, her body parts stowed away in over a dozen trash bags. Her son is in custody. There you go. That's it. That says it all. That's the end of the story. Authorities conducting a welfare check on a 70-year-old woman made a grisly discovery when they found her body chopped up and remains placed in 14 to 16 trash bags in a locked closet at her West Haven, Connecticut home. Is my chat frozen? Is everybody here? Are we here? I don't know, because it's not moving, so I'm not sure. This shit is wild. Okay. I was like, are we here? I don't know. Everyone's quiet. Now her 27-year-old son, Theodore Lloyd, stands accused of attempted arson and trespassing after officers found he tried to torch the home. Cops say additional charges are coming down against Lloyd in the death of his mother, Tina Lloyd, and they believe he acted alone. Oh, thanks, I think. The investigation began on March 24th when Tina Lloyd's older son asked West Haven police to conduct a welfare check on her at her home, according to a press release. When officers arrived, they were met with the smell of a decomposing body. They entered the home and found 14 to 16 trash bags in a closet with dismembered body parts. There was also evidence of an attempted arson. The victim's body was in such a state of decomposition that positive identification took some time. Tina Lloyd was positively identified through DNA examination and comparison. Detectives poured through thousands of pieces of evidence. Key to identifying Theodore Lloyd as a suspect was surveillance video of him leaving Home Depot and Walmart with items used in the dismemberment. There were several cutting utensils. There was an electric chainsaw and things of that nature. A lot of the items were concealed in plastic bags, either in an attempt to be hidden or destroyed, but that was all retrieved by our ID unit. There was also paper and lighter fluid in the home, which police believe was intended to start the fire. Police said the suspect lived with his mother until 2018 when he moved out after a domestic incident. He was homeless at the time of his mother's death. Miss Queen, are you here? She better be. She told me to do this. Miss Queen. Parental did not give a motive for the slayings. Hartford police arrested Theodore Lloyd on April 14th and turned him over to West Haven cops. He's currently in jail on a $1 million bond. Neighbors say they hadn't seen Tina in about 2 or 3 months. Oh, yes, sir. Miss Queen's like, shoot. Thank you, Miss Queen. Thank you, everyone. She would go up and down the street with her walker, and if she came home with a lot of groceries, I'd ask her, Tina, do you want me to help you with your groceries? And she'd go, no, this is how I get my exercise. Very, very nice lady. And that's the end of that one. I'm Miss Queen Gang. Oh. Rainy for dicks, yes. Rainy for dicks. Yes, that is true. That is true. All right, well, we got this pretty young little thing here. I should just show you a picture of what I'm looking at. Hold on, make sure I'm not going to dox myself here. I want to see this pretty picture. I'm going to show you our next Christina Adams. Hold, please. Take a good look at that. That's Miss Christina. Oh, is Big Texas? Big Tex, where are you? Oh, hey, popcorn. That is Christina Adams. No, Tex, I didn't. She looks mad. Yeah. She did some not so great things to her father. That's for sure. No, Tex, you have to, no, I didn't. I'm sure, I hate to say it like this, but I'm sure that you get a lot of those crimes that happen often, not necessarily children, but Nugs Money. Hi, how are you? Wonder if Undertaker had a daughter. Okay, here we go. Upset about being told she had to move out, daughter went shopping after murdering her father and attacking their mother for evicting her. Okay. A 33-year-old woman in, guess where, guys? Florida. Will spend the remainder of her days behind bars for killing her father and attempting to kill her mother because they asked her to move out of their home. Stabbing both parents. What is with the stabbings? Stabbing both parents inside the residence before fleeing the scene. Yeah, we're waiting for a Florida one. It's usually Florida, Texas, and what's the other one? You know what's interesting? We don't get a lot of New York ones. New York, you would think, would have a lot of crime, but it's not like this. And if it is, we know other people are taking care of it, and that shit doesn't go on the news. Judge Timothy McCourt on Wednesday ordered Christina Adams, that beautiful being that I showed you on the screen just a moment ago, to serve 2 life consecutive sentences in a state correctional facility for the murder of her father. Fools. Too common in New York. Well, I'm thinking it might be the other people involved. Murder of her father, Richard, and the attempted murder of her mother, Sally. According to a news release on September 16th, 2022, deputies with the Marion County Sheriff's Department responded to a 911 call regarding a stabbing that had just occurred. Oh, damn ads. What just happened? It just occurred. Upon arriving at the scene, first responders entered a residence in the 100 block of Southeast 70th Terrace in Ocala, Florida. Once inside the home, deputies located 2 victims, an adult male and an adult female, both of whom appeared to have suffered multiple stab wounds. While rendering aid to both victims, victim 1, who was later identified as Richard, stated to officials that his daughter stabbed him. Thank God he could speak. A law enforcement alert bulletin was issued, and shortly later, a traffic stop was conducted on Adams's vehicle, which was also accompanied by her wife. Adams and her wife were both taken into custody following the traffic stop. During the subsequent interview, Adams's wife relayed to law enforcement that she had just finished running a few errands before meeting the defendant at the grocery store. She gets free shelter and free food. She indicated to detectives that she did not notice anything out of the norm from the defendant, nor did the defendant mention any altercation prior to. However, when Adams was questioned, detectives said that her reflection of events did not match up with the statements given by her spouse. Adams later told detectives that she was angry over being asked to leave the home that she shared with the victims. Adams stated she retrieved a large knife and then attacked both victims, stabbing them multiple times. Adams stated after she believed the victims were deceased, she attempted to destroy evidence and then left the location. Adams told detectives that following the attack, she changed her clothing and went shopping. However, it was her father who identified her as his assailant just before he died. That's the end of that article. I hate how they do this. It drives me insane. All right, we have one more. We're just doing one more. That's it. Just one more. It's 10:30 here. It's past my bedtime. This one's going to be kind of graphic. It is not about a child, but I will tell you it's kind of gruesome. I won't lie. All right. Hanging down his face. Man rips out stranger's eyeball after victim asks, "How are you doing?" while walking past him. An Arizona man is facing felony aggravated assault charges for an unprovoked attack he allegedly unleashed on a stranger, with cops saying he grabbed an individual from behind and completely removed their eyeball from their eye socket after the victim walked by and asked the suspect, "How are you doing?" The victim stated that during this incident, he was in fear for his life and safety, believing that Daniel could have killed him. Court documents which outline the charges against Daniel Lynx, 39, who was accused of carrying out the attack on Monday, April 14th, near 48th Street and Broadway Road, the station reports. The attack was completely unprovoked, and he did not threaten Daniel, challenge him, and did not have any form of weapons to be perceived as a threat. Lanks allegedly pummeled the victim with punches to his face after removing his eyeball, causing a fractured jaw. This sounds like mental illness or drugs, to be honest with you. That's my perception of it right away, but I could be wrong. Causing a fractured jaw. The victim stated his loss of the use of his right eye and fractured jaw will forever impact his quality of life and is unsure if he will be able to work again or perform many basic life functions. Well, first of all, you can still work, but that's just me. Hey, Iker, how are you? What's he seeking? The Sharingan? He was trying to sell the eyes. Ooh. Lanks was allegedly near a shop at the intersection of Broadway and 48th Street when the victim crossed his path early Monday at around 1 a.m. If you're out on the street at 1 a.m., you know what you're doing out there, and it's just what I told you, drugs. How are you doing? The victim allegedly asked him. Police say Lanks responded by telling the man he would whoop his ass as the individual walked away from him. Lift. Stop. Lanks was booked on felony aggravated assault charges. He had been released from custody on his own just 1 week prior to the alleged attack for a separate arrest and charge of aggravated assault and organized retail theft for a prior incident that allegedly occurred in March. He's being held on a $500,000 bond for the April 14th attack. Damn it, it doesn't tell me if he was on drugs. Jaden, it's Miss Rainey. Jaden, hello? Hi, Jaden, how are you? I was like, what? Wow, the news. Oh, loose. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm very upset because I feel, my personal opinion, obviously I wasn't there, I don't know anything. I would suspect drug use, and yes, thank you. I would suspect drug use almost like if you're high on methamphetamines, something that is going to give you that thought that everyone's against you. You know what I mean? That maybe when this person quite literally did just walk by on the street and was like, hey, hi, how you doing? He perceived it as a threat and just fucking went crazy. Again, it's just my guess. Saying Rainy. I say misfuls and misfearful. It's not disrespectful. I appreciate you, Jaden. You can, as long as I've been called lots of names. I appreciate you. Thank you. That's why I think it's a drug thing. Not like selling drugs, but just this person is high on drugs and they just perceived what they thought was going on. That couple stories, lots and lots. Oh, loose. I know. So I look at law and crime. That's where I get a lot of my stories from. And if you ever look into lawandcrime.com, quite literally, law and crime, I try to pick some of the ones that are kind of interesting just by reading the title, because I do what is it called? A cold read, where I have no idea what the article is going to be about. None of us do until I read it. But there are so many about children. Oh, it's heartbreaking. Heartbreaking how many. If you were to go through that website and just go page by page, at least half of them are about kids, a quarter of them are about politics, and the other half is, or the other quarter is things such as what I just read. But a majority of them are about kids. So, yeah, Lou's trying something new, see how it works out. I do need to get back into this because I have not been doing this for quite some time. So it is refreshing. I will tell you that. I did not expect everyone to be on here this late because everyone's usually on the East Coast. So yeah. Okay, maybe I'll do one more. That'll put us at an hour. You get one more. If you don't want to be here, that's fine. I love you. I appreciate you for being here. And if you want to stick around, that's awesome too. So we'll do one more. Okay, we'll do this one. The good stories are good too. Yes. The metaphors and the drugs people understand is control of being addicted. It's a really dark place. Oh, yeah, definitely. 5 more. Queen, go to bed. No, you got work tomorrow. Like, Queen, go to bed. Queen, it's only 9:30 for you. That's not fair. So this is interesting. Unfortunately, still has some graphic stuff in it, but what is this? Did I miss something? But you did it. I did do it. I did do it. Thank you. I appreciate you for encouraging me to do my crime. But I still have to give Chaos a bath. That's where I'm like, ugh. Okay. Give me my power. Man disemboweled his 74-year-old dad, slit his throat, and then left him to rot inside his home after becoming convinced that he was an alien. All right. That should give you a good idea of what we're going to get through here. A man in Texas has been charged with murder for allegedly disemboweling his 74-year-old dad, slitting his throat, and then leaving him to die at his El Paso home, where cops found his body rotting inside last weekend, just 2 days after the son attacked his father with a hammer and told him, "Give me my power," after becoming convinced he was an alien. Jamie Contreras, 39, was arrested and booked this week in connection with the death of Victor, 74, inside his home at Ronald McNair Drive, according to the El Paso Police Department. Charging documents obtained by NBC accuse Jamie, probably Jaime, of being obsessed with the idea that an extraterrestrial had taken over his dad's body and was trying to harvest his organs. Cops say he had told them after his arrest that he had been battling with Victor days earlier. Is Mike here? Where? Hi, Mike! How are you? Mike, you should be sleeping. Mike is doing lives again, friends. If you don't know, Mike does really, really early lives. So for me, it's usually like 4 in the morning. But for some of you on the East Coast, he's doing them later in the day. Good to see you, Mike. Okay. Charging. Okay. On April 5th, the elderly victim called police and reported an incident where Jaime was attacking him with a hammer. He was acting crazy again. Miss Queen, I'm a believer. Mrs. Baird, hey! Schizophrenic, paranoia, drugs, all the things. Mental illness. Why do we have so much mental illness nowadays? Anyway. Allegedly threatening his dad and claimed to have killed his pets. Okay, let's start over. An investigation led cops discovering that Jaime was allegedly threatening his dad and claimed to have killed his pets. Officers responded to the call and spoke with both parties, but it wound up being closed as a non-incident, and Jaime's mental health was described as being okay. Court documents from 2000. Oh my God, get the fuck out of my life. Court documents from 2023 also outline 2 other incidents from Jaime's past in which he allegedly walked around his dad's neighborhood with a decapitated rabbit, and another where he had an alleged breakdown over his father being an alien. They're going to end it just like this. Jaime was booked in the El Paso County Jail and is being charged with murder. His bond was set at $2 million. Yes, my mom is messaging me, and she needs to not, because I don't want to talk to her. Today, tomorrow, next week, next year. Yes, I said it. I don't know why she's fucking bothering me. That's all I want to say about that. At fucking 10:30 at night, bitch, go to bed. Just saying. I'll be here watching, just not commenting. Spooky story time. I'm a bitch all my life, yeah. All right, look, I'm going to just say this. This is how I feel about it. Don't fucking text me, lady. That's all I'm gonna say. Weird ass. Anyway, mental illness. There was a Supreme Court ruling, I think, late 70s, we cannot look at people that had mental issues. Yes, but you have to prove that you have mental health issues. Because if you say you have mental health issues, but you're not actually being treated, I'm not entirely sure that you can do that. Maybe he wants to eat the rabbit. He decapitated the rabbit and was walking around with it. Anyhow, that is that. We're at 61 minutes. Yes. I don't. Like, she ruins my day. I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, if I could tell you what's going on in that lady's life right now, 64 years old and still doing the same shit you used to do when I was a teen. No, don't fucking message me. Anyway, let's see. Was I gonna read one more? Yeah, right, Miss Queen. They would lock people up for that. Let a lot of people out on jail. Global warming. No, I wouldn't say global warming is cooking the brains of people. I'm just curious why mental illness is so much more prominent. Why are all these things happening all of a sudden? And I don't want to say all of a sudden. Maybe they were there before, but this was not prominent when I was growing up. This was not prominent, and maybe because I didn't know. Because everyone is slow. Maybe because I wasn't aware of what was going on around me, you know, as a kid, as a teen, as a young adult. You're not thinking of those things. But I don't understand how everyone has a condition. And again, I'm not going to down everyone because that's not fair. It's not fair. There are people who really, really deal with some serious shit. I don't know why it's so prominent. Only thing we got was national news. Yeah. And you know what? Even then, how much of it were they not discussing? Tell some scary, haunted shit rain. Fill my house filled with demons. Get a Ouija board, Worm. That's all you need. Just get a Ouija board. Fuck around with that and find out. See what happens. Has been spread too thin over too many people, like inbreeding. Read what Mike said. Mike! I don't know how I feel about that. TV was a lot. Yeah, you're true. Well, it wasn't talked about, but also, I wonder how much cell phones and the internet has helped create that. And I don't mean like we're self-diagnosing ourselves. I can't get out them chains. I just wonder how much of an impact the internet and cell phones has done to us. And I say that because look at us right here. I'm not downing anyone doing this or myself, but we're relying more on the internet for social interaction, right? We're relying more on the internet for easy, quick fixes as opposed to going out and searching for those things. You're a cell phone. I'm a cell phone. Everyone's a cell phone. Well, the internet has its pluses, obviously. It definitely has great, great, great benefits. There's wonderful, wonderful things on the internet, but there's also a lot of bad. So I'd be interested to see if there's any studies that, because I mean, look at depression and things of that sort. Not saying that people can't go through depression without a phone. I'm not saying that. It'd just be interesting to know. We didn't have the internet when I was a kid. Neither did I. That's not true. I got it a little bit later in life. Probably like my late teens. I do the best. Oh, no, that's great. That's great, Luce. That is a fantastic thing to do. Lots of technology is making people crazy. Ouija board told me my sister was the devil spelled backwards. That's funny. But, oh my God. Hold on. I'm doing a crime live right now, period. Is everything okay? Question mark. Hold on. I am about ready to get off of here. It's like getting a cell phone too and computer. People were always crazy. The internet just spreads the information. There's 100 times more satellites. I got yelled at when I delete Facebook. People thought I blocked them. Oh yeah, that happened with me too. My own family thought I blocked them. So, but anyway, friends, I now have my daughter messaging me, asking me if I'm still awake. So I'm assuming that lovely lady that helped create me probably messaged my daughter and wants to stir the fucking pot. So I will probably let you guys go. I do appreciate each and every one of you for being in here. Fools, go live. Now you can go live. I'm so sorry. I didn't get a notification for you. Well, something's going on. No, you don't want to know what's going on? The same shit that I dealt with as a child with my mother, she's still doing today. You know that rotating door? The rotating door? Hey, hi, how you doing? That rotating door? She's doing that shit as an adult. As an adult who's going to be 64 next month. Well, actually, in about 15 days. Well, less than that. She's doing that shit. I don't want to talk to her. I don't like her. Call me an evil person, but I am here for a purpose. Fine, I'll switch back and go live. Oh, guys, Fools is going live. That's at Fools, FOOLS.ERRAND. Go check him out. That's my guy. That's my man's over there. Don't hate your mom. I'm going to leave it to you like this. My mom didn't want me. Oh. I was never supposed to be here. That's the mom I had. So. Oh, thank you. Ms. Bearcat! Replace that. What are you, grown-up teenagers? What am I? What? Did I just fucking... What happened? Oh, thank you. I'm like, what just happened? Replace. No, I was never supposed to be on this earth. My mother did not want me. So that should tell you the childhood I had. But you know what? We're better than that. We are better than that. And that's what matters. We can either live as I'm a poor victim, or we can just not deal with that shit. I'm not her mother. So that's all I'm going to say. Anyway, I love you. Fools is going to go live. Did you see it? I pinned it down there. Fools.ERRAND. Go check him out. He's probably just going to be sitting there chatting. There's no drinking involved because he's at work. If she's hate deserving, I dislike her. And whatever she's going through is not my problem. Just going to say that. Like that's my pointy finger. But anyway, I've got to message my daughter. And I've got to call my daughter, see what's going on over there. If you're better than her, don't hate her. I don't think I'm better than anyone, ever. Never, ever, ever do I think I'm better than anyone. But I don't have to continue putting up with it. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, I love you. I got to go. I got to go take care of my puppy and give her a nice bath. Forgive her. Forgive her for what? Which part? We're over it. Okay, I love you. I gotta go. Bye, guys.